Hello, beautiful yogis. Thank you for joining me today on the mat. This is a Vinyasa flow class. It's an intermediate level. If you're very new at yoga, maybe go back and do some of the beginner series again. If you've been doing yoga for a little while, then please join me for this flow class. Tune into your body and know what your body wants and needs. If you need a break, then please take it. I look forward to seeing you today on the mat. Come to a kneeling position on your mat. Find the breath. On the next exhale, move the hips to the side. Inhale the left arm all the way over to the right. Feel the stretch in the side waist and look up. On the exhale, move the hips now back to center. Push your hips over to the right. Bring your left arm out and inhale the right arm up and over. Exhale, come back to center. As you begin some neck rolls, breathe in to the stretches, being careful on each side. Now come back in the opposite direction. Now come to center once more. Clasp your hands behind your back, fingers entwined. On the inhale, look up. And on the exhale, move your chest forward and your forehead towards the floor. Bring your hands and your arms up and over your head. Inhale to sit up. When you're ready, move into tabletop at the front of your mat. Wrists over shoulders, knees over hips. Spread the fingers, middle fingers facing the front. Get ready to come into some cat-cows. Tuck your toes and inhale to look up, dropping the belly, chest towards the front of the room. Exhale, arch your spine and come into cat. Look between the knees. Inhale to cow. Exhale to cat. Come through another few of these. And then meet back in tabletop. Now try arching to your left. Look at your left ankle. Inhale to center. Exhale to the right. Come back to center and now move round and round, taking big circles. Feel into all of those tight areas. And now go in the opposite direction. Enjoy the space that you find. When you complete your last circle, move your buttocks to heels. Get ready to move into a bent-legged downward dog. Inhale, push up. Exhale, push back. And look to your hands and step towards the front of your mat. And come into Uttanasana, forward fold. Bending your legs, you're going to lift up into powerful chair. Circle the arms up and sit back. Then push your hands down and stand up. Come into Tadasana, mountain pose. All four corners of your feet into the mat. Pull up on the knees, tummy in, roll the shoulders up, back and around, and breathe. On the next inhale, circle your arms all the way up, mini back bend. Exhale, swan dive all the way down. Uttanasana. Looking out to the distance, inhale, flat back. Exhale, stepping left foot and right foot back to plank. Exhale, knees, chest, chin, down to the mat. Push the tops of the feet into the mat, hands at chest. Inhale, come up to cobra pose. Exhale, body comes down. Inhale, buttocks to heels, child's pose. Tuck your toes, and on the exhale, push up, tailbone to sky. Downward facing dog. On the breath, walk out your dog, pick one ankle up and then the other, pressing into the heels. Inhale, come onto your toes. Exhale, push your heels closer to the mat. Bend into your knees, look to your hands, walk, step or jump to the front of the mat. Forward fold. Bend into the knees, circle the arms up and around. Mini back bend at the top. Bring the hands together and down through the heart. Take a breath. Exhale, hands to side, Tadasana. Inhale, circle the arms up and around, mini back bend. Exhale, swan dive down, Uttanasana, forward fold. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana, look out to the distance. Exhale, step the left foot back to plank. Push the heels back, surge the head forward. Exhale, bend the elbows and come all the way down to the mat. Inhale into Cobra. And on the exhale, come down. Place the hands next to the lower ribs and keep the forearms parallel. Push your feet into the floor, lift up through your arms, lift the thighs, upward facing dog. Exhale, move back to child's pose. When you're ready, tuck the feet, lift the tailbone, come up to downward facing dog. Then no breath needed to step, walk or jump to the front of the mat. Exhale. Inhale, bend the knees, circle the arms all the way around, mini back bend. Hands come down to Tadasana. Straight away, take the circle again, swan dive all the way up, mini back bend and all the way down. Bring the head in last, forward fold. Inhale, look out to the distance. Exhale, bend into the knees and see if you can jump back to high plank. Come into Chaturanga. Straight away, bend the elbows to half a push-up. Pull the tops of the toes to the mat, upward facing dog. Then roll over the toes into downward facing dog. Spread the fingers, tailbone to the sky and take a deep breath. Now look between your hands. Inhale, the right foot up. Then exhale, the right foot forward, like you're trying to hook it around your left wrist, set up for pigeon pose. Come up on your hands, flex your left foot and open your chest. On an exhale, gently walk your hands forward of your mat. Come down to where feels comfortable. Let go. Getting ready to transition into downward facing dog. Push into the hands and lift the left knee. Pull up into downward facing dog. Bend the legs, look to the hands, step, walk or jump into forward fold. Inhale, press into the knees, rise up, arch back and bring the hands down through the heart. Meeting back into Tadasana, mountain pose. On the inhale, rise the arms all the way back up, mini back bend. Exhale, swan dive down, forward fold. Look out to the distance, setting up for a vinyasa. Bend the knees, step or jump back to plank. Straight away, Chaturanga Dandasana, bend into the elbows, move through to upward facing dog and meet back into downward facing dog, rolling over the toes, tailbone to the sky. Lifting the left foot this time. Bring it up and bring it forward like you're trying to hook it around the right wrist, setting up for pigeon pose. Bringing your hands to the side. Inhale into your chest, opening the heart. Exhale, walk your hands slowly forward and relax into this delicious pose. Breathe into your back body. On the next inhale, push into your hands and get ready to swing your left leg all the way to the back of the mat. But this time, step forward to the front of the mat, bringing your right foot to meet. Exhale into Uttanasana. Inhale into flat back. Bend the legs. Inhale, the arms all the way up. Take a deep breath. Lean back in your stretch. Bring your hands down to your sides and then up into prayer. Take a few breaths to recenter. Then step to the side of the mat, opening your legs to a wide stance, getting ready to set up for Warrior Two. Turn your left foot to the front of the room. Leave the back foot parallel to the back of the mat. Now open the arms, bending the front knee so it's on a 90-degree angle. Make sure you can see your first and your second big toe. Breathe into your warrior. Exhale the right arm down. Inhale, left arm over the head. Side stretch to graceful warrior. On the next exhale, bring the left arm all the way down to your knee, or if it's in your practice, you can bring it down to the floor. Bring the right arm up and over and look up. Breathe in to the right side waist. Stretch from the edge of your foot to the tips of your fingers. The next exhale, bring your hand down to the inside of your right foot. Lean forward into a lunge. Drop the back knee down and bring your left hand to the side of the mat. Paint the sky with your right hand, bringing it all the way up and over. Feel the stretch through your body. On the next exhale, bring your hand down. Keep it on the inside of your foot. Move your hands forward on the breath, coming down as low as you choose. If it's in your practice, feel free to lift the back knee off the ground. Even up the hips by inching your left hip forward and pushing your right hip back. On the inhale, push into the hands. Move your right foot back to the middle of the mat and transition back to plank, coming through your choice of a vinyasa and meeting back in downward facing dog. Take a couple of deep breaths here. Bend into the knees, look to the hands, walk, step or hop to the front of the mat, forward fold, bend into the knees, coming right the way up, then circle your arms back down, stepping once more to the side of your mat, getting ready to come into Virabhadrasana 2 on the other side. This time turn your right foot out, left foot stays parallel to the mat. Keep your hips to the side of the room and lift your arms to Warrior Two. Gaze over your middle finger. Exhale, drop the back arm down and come up into Graceful Warrior. Stretch through the side of the arms and enjoy the space. Coming into side angle pose, bring the top arm down onto the right knee. Bring the left arm all the way over the head and look under the armpit. It's your choice whether you want to stay here or put your right hand on the floor. Be careful not to compromise your stance. Stretch from the left foot to the left fingertips, opening up the side waist. Get ready to transition back into lunge now. Bring the top arm all the way down to the mat. Move the left foot over and drop your right knee to the mat. Move the right arm off the mat. Stretch your left arm all the way up and over. Breathe into this stretch. On the exhale, bring the left arm down in between the feet and walk your hands gently forward. Bring your forearms to the mat. Pull the toes of the right foot up. If you wish, you can lift your back knee. Tune into your body and do what's right for you. Now drop the back knee again. Shuffle your left foot into the center of your hands. Lift the back knee. Swing the left leg back to plank and take a vinyasa. Drop to half a push-up. Come up to upward facing dog, opening the chest, and then roll back over the toes, exhaling, downward facing dog. Feel the breath, enjoy the stretch. Bend into the knees, look to the front of the mat. Step or jump to Uttanasana. Bring the head to the knees. Clasp the hands behind the back. Stretch the arms up and over the head. Feel the shoulders on the back. Getting ready to transition into chair pose. Bring the arms all the way down the back, bending the knees. Sweep the arms up into powerful chair. On the next exhale, bring the hands down to the heart. Inhale the elbow all the way up to hook over the left leg. Push your hands into the sternum to open your chest. Get ready to pick your right foot up and step it to the back of the mat. Don't worry if this takes a few steps. Your choice to stay here or bring your right arm down to the floor, your left hand up to the sky. Feel the twist through the thoracic spine. When you're ready, bring both hands back down to frame the front foot, step back to plank, and take your vinyasa. Meeting back in downward facing dog. Look to the hands, bend the knees, and jump to the front of the mat, forward fold. Coming back into chair pose, bend the knees, circle the arms, coming up, back and around. Bring the hands through to the chest and turn this time to the right. Press the hands into the sternum and get ready to pick your left leg up and step it to the back of the mat. Stay here or open your wings. See if you can center and balance. Inhale your hands all the way down to frame your foot. Step back to plank and take your last vinyasa of the day, meeting back in downward facing dog. Inhale the left leg up to the sky and open the hip. Drop your left foot like you're trying to touch your right shoulder and look under your left armpit. On an exhale, bring your leg down to the mat, even the hips, and inhale the right leg up. Open the hips, bend into the right leg, and try to tap your left shoulder with your right foot. Look under your right armpit. Exhale, coming back to center. Look to the front of your hands. Lift your left leg and bring it in the middle of your hands. Then take your left hand and bring it half a foot out from your left foot. Bend into the front knee and bring the right foot up, opening the hips to the side of the room. Inhale the right arm up to the sky, Ardha Chandrasana, half moon pose. Transitioning now into warrior flow. Bend into the left leg and push up to warrior two. Inhale now, the front arm down, the top hand paints the sky, graceful warrior. Circle the arm all the way down to the floor. Pivot on the back foot and step back to downward facing dog. On the next inhale, lift the right leg up, step it all the way through to the middle of the mat. Move the right hand half a foot out and lift your back leg up. Open your arms, half moon pose, right leg. Exhaling, bend and push into the right leg to bring you into warrior two once more. Come through your warrior flow, drop your back arm down, come into graceful warrior, then come forward into high lunge and step back into downward facing dog. Enjoy the breath. Move into plank now. Bend the elbows to the back and bring your body all the way down to the floor. Unhook your toes. Bring the arms down to the floor and open your legs to the distance of the mat. Keep the head on the floor and on the inhale, push into your pubic bone and lift up the legs. On the exhale, bring them back down to the floor. Set up for bow. Bend the knees, hold on to the outside of the ankles, move the knees closer together. On the inhale, keep the head on the floor as you lift up the legs once more. Then lift up the head if it's in your practice. Feel the rocking of the body through the breath. On the next exhale, bring the head back down to the floor. Push the legs back, push into the arms and move back to child's pose. Feel the stretch from the tailbone through to the tip of the fingers. On the inhale, pull up to tabletop, setting up for thread the needle. Inhale the left arm out to the side. Exhale it under the right arm, bringing the shoulder and the ear down to the mat. Inhale into the thoracic spine. Exhale the hands up to tabletop once more and inhale the right arm up and under the left arm. Ear and shoulder comes to the mat. On the next inhale, push up through the left hand and bring the right hand back to the mat. Then pull up to downward facing dog. Bend into the knees, step or jump to the front of the mat. Uttanasana, forward fold. Now reverse swan dive all the way up. Hands back to center. Look up, stretch back. Bring your hands all the way down to your sides now and back into the heart. Take some deep breaths here. Recenter your body and get ready to cool down the practice. Again, turn to the side edge of the mat. Turn your ankles in and your toes facing out. Get ready to come into Malasana, wide-legged squat. Ease your way down. If you need to put a block under your seat, please do so. Bring the hands into the heart and push the legs away with the elbows. Choose to stay here or come into a bind. Put your right arm all the way back around your right leg. Lift your left arm up and bend the elbow. Bind the hands at the back. Open the chest. Look up and breathe. Come back to center now. Try it on the other side. Bring your left arm out, take your right arm up, wrap your arms around your body and bind your hands. Breathe into the right side waist. Exhaling, bring the arms all the way back down to the mat. Come back into Malasana. Push through the hands. And then move down onto your bottom and spread the legs out. Push into your hands to sit up straight and keep the feet flexed. Turn your body to the left. Walk your hands down your legs. Come into a side stretch. You can hold your ankle if it's in your practice. Gently bring your head down to your leg. On the next inhale, come up to center. Turn to your right leg and come all the way down. Exhale into your stretch. Only come down to where feels comfortable. Holding your ankle, bring your head to your knee. On the next inhale, come all the way back up. And this time, start to walk the hands forward, coming down on the breath. Bend into the forearms. Exhale, relax into the stretch. Inhale, come back up to center. Swing your left leg into your groin. Take your right leg and wrap it up and over your left leg. Sit up straight, realign on the mat. Lift up the left arm now. Take the right arm to the back of the mat, and on an exhale, bring the left arm over. Twist into your stretch. Wring out the digestive organs. Inhale now, come back to center and change your legs to the opposite side, lifting the left leg, wrap it over the right leg and bring the right foot next to the left buttocks. Bring the left arm to the back and the right arm over the left leg. Twist to the left. Breathe into your core. Now come back to center and make your way very gently down to your mat. Keep your feet flat on the floor and bring your knees into the chest. Take some circles all the way around to one side and then change directions. Bringing the feet back down to the mat. Ready to come into bridge pose now. Push your pinky side fingers into the mat and feel for your ankles. On an inhale, push your feet into the mat and press up to bridge. Clasp your hands under you. Roll onto your shoulders. Push your feet into the mat and lift your pelvis all the way up. Keep your neck long. Look at your belly and watch the way it rises and falls. On the next exhale, come all the way back down to the floor, vertebra by vertebra. Put your feet together and open your legs, Supta Baddha Konasana. Inhale the legs back up, coming back into bridge, or come with me into wheel pose. Put your hands next to your ears, fingertips facing your toes. Make sure your elbows are parallel. Push into your feet and your hands, and on an inhale, come up to the top of your head. On your next inhale, push up through your hands. Look between your hands. Straighten your legs and make sure your knees don't splay out. Breathe into this heavenly full body chakra stretch And on the exhale, come down onto your head and roll gently, vertebra by vertebra, all the way back down to the mat. Feet together, open your knees once more. Take a few breaths. On an inhale, draw the feet up, move them to the edge of your mat and windscreen wipe them from left to right. When you're ready, inhale the feet up to happy baby. Holding the feet on the inside or the outside, press the tailbone down to the floor and rock with the breath from left to right, opening the hips. On the next exhale, bring your feet down to the mat. Inhale the right leg up, pop your ankle onto your left thigh. Lift the left foot and thread your right hand to meet the left hand on the calf. Feel the traction as your foot pushes into your right knee. Use your right elbow to push your right knee away and gently rock if this feels good. Bring your legs down now and come back to center. Pick your left foot up and put it on top of the right thigh. Lift the right foot and thread your left hand to hold on to the right calf. Rock from side to side. Feel the traction and enjoy this wonderful stretch. Next exhale, bring your feet down to the mat, then pull your knees into your chest, giving yourself a tight squeeze. Bring the legs now to the floor. Lift up the right leg and put it over the left leg. You can hook the ankle if you like. Shuffle a little bit over to the right. Bring your hands out to a T. Inhale, and on the exhale, move the knees to the left. You can turn your head to the right if this feels good on your neck. See if you can keep your shoulders on the floor. Inhale will bring your legs back to center. Bring your feet to the mat. Lift your left leg now and hook it over the right leg. You can hook your ankle if you like. Move a little bit to the left and exhale the knees over to the right. Look gently over to the left this time. Take some nice deep breaths into the side waist. Inhale your legs back to center. Unhook the legs. Pull the knees into your chest for one last hug. Come down into Shavasana now. Let your feet drop open. Open your hands. Press into your heels to lift your chest up and your lower back, then roll down. Close down the eyes. Feel the breath as it comes through your body. Enjoy this space. Let your arms relax. Your fingers may feel tingly. Relax through your legs, down to your knees, and through your ankles and toes. Feel all corners of the body holding you on the mat. Take this time to soak up the rest of your practice. Find the breath and start to wriggle your fingers and then through your toes. On the next exhale, roll gently to the side of the mat. In your own time, get ready to push yourself up into a cross-legged position at the front of your mat. Keep your eyes closed or gently looking down. Take your hands into your heart and gently bow your head, thanking yourself for taking the time to practice today. Namaste.